Hey, we both run businesses that are social media optional, and we always have, really. And I'm so glad because there isn't a week, I would say, that goes by, Heather, where I am not grateful that I like my ability to make money in my business is not dependent on whether or not I'm feeling like I can brave the mental health gauntlet that is social media these days. And I
Yeah.
know so many people relate to that. Like it is not a super healthy place to be spending lots and lots of time.
Yeah.
And I don't know about you, but you and I started our businesses around the same time 9 years ago. And I do know about you, that's not true. I know that what I'm about to say is also how you would say it and what you would say. Like I didn't necessarily know that. I didn't have a crystal ball back then, to know what a cesspool social media would become. I mean, I guess there were clues. But now these days I'm so glad that I built my business in a way that is social media optional. So I'll bet
Yeah.
you agree, but I'll let you speak for yourself.
I do. And I remember when I was starting my business, around 2017, about a year in, feeling like, oh, I probably should like do something over there on Instagram.
Yeah.
And at that time, it still was very much like a safe place away from this chaos, but also
Yeah.
like influencer culture and like the world of influencing wasn't as big. Like it was a thing, but it wasn't as
Yeah.
big. They were posting these weird filtered photos that you couldn't even see like the color of the lipstick they were even talking about and selling.
Yeah.
But it was just,
It was more aesthetic. It was almost more like
yeah,
Pinterest at that time when it first started. Instagram was more like Pinterest, kind
it
of.
was totally different.
Yeah.
And yeah, Facebook back then just like the cesspool, and now it's like everywhere you go is you just can't get away from it. And I was actually thinking about this week, actually, how social media is no longer like as millennials, you're Gen X, I'm a millennial. Like we've grown up in this world where we were before social media. Like
Yeah.
we lived lives before social media.
Hmm.
Mine was very short before social media started. Like I was in high school when Facebook came out,
Yeah.
um, about to graduate and go to college. So like it's still, I remember what life was like before. And now it's like
Mhm.
almost like a requirement. Like you're required to have a side hustle. You're
Yeah.
required to have social media and share your entire life. And like it's a requirement for you to be
Hmm.
like authentic about what's going on, like whatever that means.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't want to do that.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I've been thinking about this and writing a lot about it and talking about it a lot because I'm in a driving period for my launch right now. So the doors
Yeah.
are going to reopen to high leverage content in a couple of weeks. Right now, the doors are closed and the people who want to join are joining the wait list. And this time around, I decided to create a new waitlist bonus, which
Mhm.
is really a mini course, in all honesty, around like how to grow without social media. So basically, in HLC at its most basic, part, I'm teaching you what to say to get clients and how to write a capsule blog around those things with 12 to 20 posts. And then I also teach some email marketing using your blog. And then with the bonus, which is called the More Clients, Less Social Media bonus bundle, I'm teaching a deep, like kind of deeper strategies that'll
Mhm.
help people become social media optional with their blog even faster.
Yeah.
And those strategies are my best and favorite off social media email list growth strategies, first of all.
Nice.
And then also teaching people how to reduce their amount of time on social media by using their blog content, for their main social media content if they want to be on social media. And
Yeah.
I'm actually teaching the workflow I use to do like my Instagram content in like 1 hour a week at the very most. So I've been thinking a lot about this recently, and the reason I created this bonus was because I know so many people are feeling like we do, that they don't want to spend a lot of time on social media. You and I both happen to be, I don't know if fortunate's the right word. Maybe we were smart. Maybe we still are. That we have known that for so long that we built businesses that literally are social media optional.
Yeah.
So I'm curious to know from you, like, what do you think when you look back at your business? What do you think
Mhm.
those choices were that you made? Like, where and at what points in your business that did you make those choices, and what were those choices that you made that brought you to this day where you can truly say, if you don't go on social media for a week or 2 weeks or whatever, like, it's not going to impact your income? Because so many
Yeah,
people can't say that. So many people can't say that. So,
I
what did you do?
haven't, I've never had a drive or desire to even have a social media strategy. Like I've just never been good at it.
Hmm.
It's not a strength that I have. It's not that I can't think about the content strategy and like what I should be doing. Like I could
Hmm.
do all that. And I
Yeah.
also am capable of creating the content. I just
Yeah.
don't want to.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, because it's not a place that I've built a relationship with that feels like it should be for work for me.
Yeah.
It feels like it should be for fun because
Yeah.
that's what I remember social media being growing up was a place
Hmm.
for fun.
Hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Interesting.
So my brain is not wired around social media for my business in a way that is sustainable
Yeah.
to my income. So what I did was 2019 is when I decided ultimately I have to set this social media thing aside.
Yep.
I can't rely on it anymore. Um, and I have to start my YouTube channel
Yep.
and I have to start blogging consistently.
Yep.
For me at that time, that meant like once a month, even like I had to just start blogging
Hmm.
and I had to start an email list. So
Hmm.
I did all of that at the same time.
And Pinterest.
I was doing Pinterest prior,
Yeah.
but I was not like super active. I didn't have things to post
Yeah.
because I had a website with a service page,
Okay.
but I didn't have a website with like a blog and email list
Okay. Yeah.
offers
Yeah.
and, you
Yeah. So
know,
it's interesting because you were teaching Pinterest and doing, well, you were really just like at that point, you were
I
doing
was just
Pinterest for
doing it.
people, not teaching it yet. So it was the thing you were doing, but it wasn't the thing that made you didn't, it wasn't, that's not really what initially made you social media optional. Now it helps, but for you, it was a different search engine. It was really YouTube,
Yeah.
not Pinterest, that made you social media optional. Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
It was really YouTube and my blog
Hmm.
ultimately. Those are what set me apart. And
Yep.
in the last handful of years have really driven all of the
Yeah.
success behind what I'm doing. Pinterest obviously is there and it's driving some traffic, a few hundred clicks to my site a month, which is fantastic.
Yeah.
Um, but in the grand scheme of things, like even Pinterest isn't the reason why I'm successful. It is the reason on the face of it, but it's not the reason on the back end of it.
Well, you have gotten amazing results for your clients on in Pinterest over the years and
Mhm.
with your students. But for your business, and this is something that's hard for people to understand, like you're getting really good results from Pinterest based on the type of business you have.
Yeah,
But the type of business you have is not going to get more, it's not going to get 1,000, 2,000, 8,000, clicks a month from Pinterest. So
no,
it's interesting you said that because like in my mind, when I said like, what were the choices you made to become social media optional? I was thinking you'd be like Pinterest, but actually, yeah, for you, really was a different search engine. It was YouTube and then Google to some degree because you also did your blog. So, but both YouTube and blogs are long form content. They're
correct.
evergreen long form content.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I know from you that you've been blogging for a long time. You blogged about other things in the beginning,
Yeah.
but like you still blogged.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, before I even started my own capsule blog library, before I discovered that as a
Yeah,
concept that I now teach in the program in HLC, I was blogging about just my experience as an entrepreneur. So
yeah,
I was blogging. I have like 3 blog posts about Asana and how I used Asana when I started my business.
yeah,
And it's still how I use, it's still a lot of it's still how I use Asana today to organize my days and my weeks and stuff. And it's so funny because I've never removed those from my blog because they get a lot of Pinterest traffic.
yeah,
So it's just really funny. But yeah, I think for me, you mentioned one of the choices, which is definitely prioritizing email list growth
yes,
and also making sure my email is like sustainable and that I especially when I was doing my one-to-one work in my done for you years, my business has evolved and changed over the years, but making sure that I didn't have to come up with emails from scratch or social media from scratch. I built my capsule blog library, which is definitely a decision I made to be social media optional, was to have my blog, my capsule blog library. So yeah, okay, let me back up. I built my capsule blog library, which for people who follow me, they know, but I'll just say it so it makes sense for people who might not. A capsule blog library is 12 to 20 blog posts that cover all the key, most important things that your audience needs to feel ready to buy your paid offer. So we come up with a list of topics, first of all, in HLC, which is where we figure out what your audience needs to hear and learn and understand more deeply to feel ready to buy. And the reason that's so important for becoming social media optional is because a lot of people, they think of social media, they think of their Instagram or their LinkedIn or whatever it is as like their calling card. And they think it has to do everything for them. They think it has to attract new people. It has to show their personality. It has to be the perfect reflection of their brand. It has to nurture their audience. It has to give their audience all those things that they need to feel ready to buy. It has to do everything at every step throughout their quote funnel or their customer journey. So if you're relying on your Instagram, let's say as an example, to do all those things for you, like every piece of your marketing, like soup to nuts, like obviously you're going to need to spend a ton of time on the platform, you know? Um, but when you have your blog library and that's actually your calling card, that's the place where you can send people when they have questions. That's the place where people go 24/7, even when you're not working or you haven't posted in a week or a month, to learn about the key things that they need to feel ready to buy your offer. All of a sudden, there's so much less pressure on your Instagram. Like you don't have to like worry like, oh, my 9 grid always has to show like, all the main reasons why people should buy from me. Like if I post today so that I get more engagement with some kind of like, thing that's not even related really to my business, because we all know those are the things that get the best engagement, right? It's going to push down in the feed those other things that I wrote that I knew I wrote for conversion that nobody responded to. It's like you're constantly doing these like mental gymnastics with your social media if you think your social has to do everything for you.
Yeah.
So building my capsule blog library was one of the reasons I was able to become social media optional, because now I was no longer relying on any social media channel to do all those things for me. Doesn't mean I can't use it when I want to grow and to maybe grow my audience a little bit, or um, to network with people for collaborations, just for like learning, um, for like promoting a lead magnet. I can do that sometimes if I want, but I'm never dependent on it in that way.
Yeah.
Um, and then growing my email list and also doing collaborations has been a huge choice that I made in my business that has made me social media optional.
Yeah.
So the biggest way that I grow my email list right now is through collaborations. I actually did a analysis recently, just of July, the month of July. I had 15 people join HLC in July, which is amazing because July is normally a very quiet month in our worlds, right?
Yeah.
But 15 brand new people found me and joined HLC. And 14 of those people came onto my list through some kind of collaboration where I got in front of someone else's audience,
That's great.
whether it was a freebie swap, a summit, um, a podcast interview that I did, something like that. And I think that one other person came from Threads originally.
Love it.
And that's very typical for me, right? So anyway, decisions I've made to become that made me social media optional, the capsule blog for sure, prioritizing my email list and getting used to doing collaborations so that I could get in front of other people's audiences and grow my email list without ever needing social media.
Yeah.
So it's so hard to use social media to grow your email list.
Yeah.
It's
How do
so
people
hard.
you
It's
get
always been hard, but
penalized?
it's so hard right now. Yeah.
You get
Yeah.
penalized for people clicking off your post. They give you the links in your bio and they give you links and stories and stuff, but um, they get upset with you and the algorithm doesn't like that when you send people away. And YouTube's the same way. I've thought this for a long
Mm.
time.
All the platforms really are. They don't want to send people off
No,
their
because
platform.
that's how they're making their money.
Right.
It's having people on their platform. So seeing ads and
Yep.
paying for extra features or whatever. So yeah, it's really difficult. And that's a big reason why I love direct traffic.
Yeah. Totally.
So
Yep.
for years prioritized, and I don't know how this is going to change going into the future, but prioritize making blog content for the YouTube videos. That way the YouTube video and the blog post would both show up in the 10 blue links on Google.
Hmm.
And I got a lot of my traffic that way, built a
Hmm.
lot of my authority that way, and now things are adapting and changing. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to adapt and change with it, but definitely made the choice to not have to be on social media
Yeah.
filming B-roll. Like, please don't ever say B-roll to me. I'm not doing it. I'm
I
not
went
doing
I
it.
went through a B-roll phase and then I was like, oh, this blows. I was like,
It's so dumb.
like, I don't want to have
Um,
a camera on me all the time, you
I
know?
might be wearing a nice shirt on top right now, but I'm not wearing nice pants.
Yeah.
Like,
Um,
I'm not gonna show you what no. I'm not gonna put the phone on the floor and like do this weird transition thing, like just
hmm
to keep your attention. I'm not doing it.
hmm
So
Yeah.
pass me over.
I was doing a call with, so in HLC, and by the way, I have mentioned it a couple times, and I want to say that if anyone is interested in joining us when the doors open back up and in getting my more clients, less social media bundle
Yeah.
training as the bonus, um, I'm going to put the link in the video description for joining the wait list. It's not joining the wait list doesn't mean that you're saying you're definitely going to join. It just means now you're on the wait list. You'll get the emails about the program, and then when the doors open, you can decide if you want to join.
Yeah.
But only people who are joining from the wait list get the more clients, less social media bonus. So that's why one of the reasons that I do the wait list so that people can get the bonus. But what I was going to say is inside my program, every student who hits milestone 1, which is most students, which means that they've written their first 4 blog posts and published them my way, the HLC way, they get a free call with me where we decide on their 3-prong visibility plan.
Mhm.
So it's 3 prongs because it's your blog, your email. So I help them decide exactly what the next steps are for them with their email, whether it's starting their email from scratch, which lots of my students need to do when they start HLC. So I teach them how to do that,
Yep.
or how to grow their email list better, um, or what to send their email list using their blogs, because I always want them to be reusing their blog content instead of coming up with things to say for like, um, from scratch all the time in their emails. And then the 3rd prong is 2 different ways that you're going to grow your blog readership and your email list, which in HLC is the same thing because we use our email list to get people reading our blogs
Mhm.
regularly, more than once. So all that, so what was I going to say? Oh, so I was talking to the student and she was saying something that's just so typical of my students. I hear it all the time. She was like, I'm on LinkedIn, I'm on Pinterest, I'm on Instagram, I'm on Facebook, but it's so hard to get people off of those platforms. Actually, Pinterest wasn't on the list. Sorry, I don't know why I said that. So she listed a bunch of social media platforms and she said, it's so hard to figure out how to get people on my email list. Like I don't A, know how to do it, and B, like it's just there's so much friction, you know what I mean? Like people just don't want to leave the platform and go join an email list.
Yeah.
Um, anyway, I forget why I was saying this. I was just saying, I just wanted to say, like, if anyone's listening thinking like, what is wrong with my social media strategy? No one's joining my email list. Like, it is hard.
Yeah.
Number one, you need to have a very specific, consistent strategy for doing it that's more than just posting content and asking for engagement.
Yeah.
And number two, like even when you're doing a good job at it, it is hard. People just, it's gotten very hard these days. Like you said, the platforms don't really reward our content that gets people leaving their platforms. So
No, and
I guess we already
it,
said that.
it's difficult to manage because you're trying to cater to different people in different phases of your audience growth.
That's true too.
And as you're doing that, you're having to really think about and juggle the different types of content you should be creating for those people
Mhm.
in order to speak to them in different phases of their own journey. So,
Yeah, that's true too.
you're creating, and that's always been a struggle for me, balancing that on
Mhm.
Instagram specifically, but at different phases of my life, like LinkedIn or TikTok.
Yeah.
And they're
Oh
totally
yeah.
different platforms.
I forgot about TikTok. I
I
really have
know.
almost like forgotten about TikTok.
Me too, thankfully.
You used to be really into it. You and Teresa were all TikTok-y
I know. Um, Not so much anymore. I
for
just
a
watch
while.
I
For a
watch
while.
Instagram reels about dogs and
I was
chickens.
just gonna say, but to your point earlier, I remember you guys were all about it, but it was really more for fun for you.
It's always for fun for me.
It was about plants and decorating and moving us abroad, and it wasn't really about, I mean, you did some Pinterest content, I know, but it
Yeah.
wasn't really, yeah.
We did fun Pinterest content though, but like
Hmm.
all things considered, when you're juggling all these different things and you might be new to business and maybe you don't understand sales psychology or conversion rate optimization, or you can see people going through the page but then they're not signing up, and now you have to figure out how to juggle, well, how does that play into my content strategy, and what do I need to do
Yeah.
here, and how does that
Yeah.
play on this page, and what do I need to change there, and it's
Yeah.
just like there's so many things that you have to do and learn
Yeah. And at different
um,
phases of your business. Yeah.
and really be aware of that
Mm-hmm.
sometimes the easiest path might be the one that's going to take the longest.
Mm-hmm.
At least that's what it was for me.
Yeah, sometimes the easiest path is the one that's more sustainable and not necessarily the overnight, one. Although I don't even know that there really are any overnight ones these days either.
No.
Um, yeah. If there is anything I feel like that's sort of more overnight, if you will, or faster, is like I've been talking a lot about how there are some email list growth strategies that are just like one person at a time. And I want you doing those. They're organic and they're good. But if you get frustrated that your email list isn't growing fast enough, that's I think where collaborations come in. And that's one of the reasons I'm teaching my best collaboration strategies in the social media optional bundle because the bonus, because I love being able to like do a collaboration and seeing, anywhere between 10 and for me, I can sometimes do a collaboration and see hundreds of people join my list. And I'm not saying that's necessarily
Yeah.
realistic for people who are getting started with business. But like you can just get a lot of people all at once, basically. So,
I will say, we made collaborations a priority in the last couple of years.
mm,
We started with doing podcasts 2 years ago, and then last year we started in on collaborations with like bundles and
mhm.
summits and things.
Yeah.
I've always done summits, here and there. The
Mhm.
ones that I feel like are really high value, I will do. There's
Yeah.
two that I've been in like 3 times. And I have not really grown my email list. I was just telling my husband this on the car ride to school yesterday for
Mm,
dropping our kiddo off. I haven't really grown my email list all this year, but when I'm sitting down thinking about it, I scrub my list a couple times a year.
yeah.
All of the growth in the last year has been from collaborations. So I'm
Yeah.
scrubbing off people who are no longer interested, not opening
Yeah.
emails that are a couple years old.
Yeah. That's always a
Um,
good practice, regardless of like where your leads
so
are coming from. Yeah.
my list, when you look at it on its face, it's still around 7,000 people. It
It's
was around
amazing.
that last year.
Yeah.
But I'm maintaining that, even
Hmm.
though it doesn't look like it's growing year over year.
Oh, yeah.
I'm
Yep.
still like, it's still
Yep.
growing in
Yep.
that new people are joining. I'm just getting rid of the old tire kickers.
Yep. No,
Um,
100%. 100%. Mine too. I'm around 6,000 and for the longest time I was like 5,700 to 5,900 all the time.
yeah,
Yep.
for sure.
Yep.
So
And
it's,
we have KPIs in my business. Rochelle runs reports every month now for our KPIs. And
yeah,
my KPI is not how, whether my list is quote growing, like from, 5,900 to 6,000 to 6,100. That's not my KPI. My KPI is new people joining the list
yeah,
because I'm 100% happy for people to unsubscribe when they no longer find my content um, just relevant to their lives. And so, and because I do add a lot of new people, sometimes people will get to the point where they've just decided that, they don't want to get my emails, which is totally fine. It's not personal. It just means that the things I talk about aren't relevant for them anymore.
yeah,
Like I picture when I think of like, if I get like 3 unsubscribes today, one of them just knows they're not going to buy my program this year, and they might even resubscribe next year and buy it. That happens all the time with me. Someone unsubscribes and they resubscribe later and buy. It happens all the time.
yeah,
Um, Another one of them may have stopped doing their business and gone like, to work for, a 9 to 5. I had a woman recently who's a health coach, and she decided to, she was hired by a hospital to run like um, basically like a health coaching program for their employees. So she no longer needs my emails because she doesn't need to get her own clients.
yeah.
Things like that. Like I never think of it as personal. So
No, and I'm super happy for people to move on.
yeah, like
I told someone
people's lives change.
recently,
Yeah. Hmm.
like she's like, I'm Now, I'm not saying what I need to see for Pinterest right now, and I can't figure out the time and like the balance of like making this work and like really focusing on it. I can't give it the time it needs.
Yeah.
And I told her, I like, if you feel pressured from me by being on my email list to continue to keep up, like I will unsubscribe you. You tell me, do you want me to remove you? And you can come
Yeah.
back whenever you want. And I was like, I'm not saying this out of any sort of like disregard for your time. I respect your time. That's why I'm asking. Like, I
Right.
don't want to be a burden.
Right.
Because I do recognize that I at times send a lot of emails
Yeah.
and make a lot of offers, and that's just how I operate my business. So
Yeah. Me too.
that's part of making social media optional has been the email marketing side of things.
Yeah. For
So
sure.
yeah, that's totally me. That's my style is if I'm bothering you, let's get you off.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. Yeah.
If you can't focus on this right now, I don't want you to. I need you to focus on other things that are going to move it forward for
Yeah.
you. Because not everyone in business is going to tell you that or tell you that way.
Yeah. And honestly, like we don't need people who aren't interested right now. Like literally, we just don't need, we don't, I'm not saying like we don't need them. I'm not saying it
Yeah,
like that at
no,
all. I mean, literally, we don't need them. Like it's not gonna make or break, my
no.
business. And I'd rather not, like you
Oh,
said,
hey, you're an
be a
asshole if you
burden for
will. Let's
someone.
have a
So,
conversation.
Yeah, I
but
want you to be
anyway,
your best self and run your best
yeah,
business. And if that means you're not in my ecosystem,
yeah.
fine.
But it's really almost a moot point because like it's the law anyway. Anyone who wants to unsubscribe anytime they can.
Man, Dave, you
Yeah,
got shit
Um,
on your corpse.
And like I said, I think about it as so like, I mean, we're kind of on a tangent, but like so neutral. Like think about it. Like I recently unsubscribed from two restaurants that are sending me emails that are in New York City because for a while we were going a lot and I wanted to be on their list, but I don't anymore because we only have one trip there planned there and we already have dinner plans.
yeah.
Right? It's like it's so neutral. I also recently unsubscribed from J. Jill, the store in the mall,
Oh yeah,
because I've lost some weight and I don't need the clothes that they sell that are shaped like this.
yeah,
Like I'm actually not wanting that anymore. Like I went in the other day to try something on and it was so like billowy in the middle and I used to be like perfect. And now I don't need that anymore. So I unsubscribed. Like it's not, it's so not, it's just neutral. Like it's just not,
yeah.
those things are not relevant to me right now. But they may become relevant again in the future. Like I may need to,
Reminds me,
yeah.
I really need to call the school so I can unsubscribe from our daughter's pickup notification. I don't understand why, but every day they send me an email that's like, your kid has been picked up. And I'm like, yeah, I'm the one that picked her up.
Oh, but don't you want to know that just in case like your kid got picked up and it wasn't you? Like,
I don't know who's picking her up. Like, we don't have family or friends here
well,
that
that's
would
what
be
I'm
doing
saying.
that.
That's what I'm saying, Heather. That's what I'm saying. Okay. Anyway, we are way off on a tangent, so let's get back
I
on track.
gotta get off that email list, Jana.
Yeah. Okay. So anyway, we are both social media optional. Some of the choices we made all along in our business, starting 9 years ago, we talked about what those were. Um, if someone is listening and I mean, I know people if you who are listening, are wanting to either start your business from the beginning and build a social media optional business, build your business in a way, make these types of choices, prioritize the kind of work like we did that make it so you don't have to worry about social media for weeks on end and you're still going to make money. Or if you're not running that kind of business right now, but you're ready to make that change, it's not too late. Um, I would definitely encourage you to join my program when we reopen, High Leverage Content. And for now, I really would like anyone who is interested to join the waitlist so that if you do decide to join when we reopen, you'll also get the more clients, less social media bundle because that's going to be key
Yeah.
to this. And I have people in my program who are making sales and they're totally not on social media because they have their
Yeah.
blog and their emails and a way to grow their email list as well. That's not social media, which I teach. um, I have people at the other end of the spectrum who join HLC, write their blog, love breaking it down into smaller pieces of content for social media. They love being on social media. They're on a bunch of different social media channels. Maybe they get clients that way, maybe they don't, but they just love doing it, so they do it. Fine, that's great at one end of the spectrum as well, and people all in the middle. The whole point of social media optional is it's optional, right? And so, sorry, sorry, we don't only mean optional in your business as to whether you do it or don't do it. We also mean it's optional, like, do you want to go on it this week or do you want to forget about it for a couple weeks and come back later? Any of these things work. You get to decide. That's the whole point is I want people to have choice.
Yeah,
I have to mute and cough more.
it's okay.
Um, so yeah, so that's what my program lays the foundation, for that. And I'm realizing these days that a lot of the people who join HLC join it because they want to be social media optional. And so I'm really leaning into that more.
Yeah,
Yeah.
love that. I also am continuing down that path. I'm currently brainstorming some workshops. I really want to start creating some new, maybe monthly workshops for a little while, just so I can connect with people again, maybe in a new way that I haven't done in a long time. I've not done workshops in quite a while, but I
Mm.
love them. I love the hands-on kind of work with me component of that style.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's kind of where I'm at and doing some more collaborations. I've recently collaborated with you and I collaborated with Growth Tools. And between the two of you, I didn't send emails during those weeks that, of my own, just because I
Uh-huh.
didn't have time. So it was actually really great to have emails to send for someone else.
Yeah. Hmm.
And cumulatively, between the two of you, I've sent you like 300 to 400 leads
Yeah. Thank you.
between the two of you, like split obviously between you. But
Yeah.
when Rochelle sent me that email, I was like, so I took her off and I just replied to you and I was like, yay.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm so happy. I love
Yeah.
collaborating. I love doing that. It's
Yeah. We
such a
appreciated
joy
that. Yeah.
to be able to share, and
Hmm.
blogging is also just a great way. So if you are interested in learning how to do that in your service provider, you've got to join the waitlist for HLC. Just go and see how Jana cooks, okay? That's what the kids say these days. Um, her emails are fabulous. So
Oh,
if you
thank
just
you.
watch her in action and then go read her blogs, you'll see the connection,
Yeah.
you'll see it. So
Hmm. Thank you.
join the wait list.
Thanks. All
Okay.
right.
What are we
Yeah.
talking about next week?
I think it's maybe a continuation or a little bit of a different way to be thinking about this, I believe.
Minimum viable social media strategy.
Yep. So, like I said, some of my students don't do social at all, others do. And then I have people in the middle who are like me.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and you know what? This is something I wanted to say, if you don't mind. Do you have like one more minute?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Earlier, you were saying like you're not really good at social media. I don't really think that's true. What I think is true about you is the same that is about me. Neither of us have really ever prioritized it, so we haven't had to get good at it.
Yeah.
We've gotten good at other things. We've gotten
Yeah.
really good at writing blogs, really good at writing emails, really good at YouTube videos for you. That's really what it's all about. And one of the emails I wrote recently was basically like the point of it was like one of the reasons I don't like spending a lot of time on social media. I'm a little different. I don't really get as triggered by social media as some people do.
Mhm.
But I don't really like spending a lot of time there because it just feels like such a waste to me. And this comes back to what I was saying earlier about how it's so hard to grow your email list on social.
Yeah.
I just feel like it's such a slog. And when I look at my stats and I see that 14 of the 15 people who joined HLC last month didn't come from social media, it just feels to me like, why would I go spend hours on social media if that's not how I'm making my sales?
No.
And I realized that if I focused more on social media, I probably would make more sales there. Like I get that, right? Um, But yeah, so that's part of it for me too. It's like it's not that you're not good at it, Heather. I think it's just that you haven't prioritized getting good at it. So,
Yeah.
and why would you? Why would you when you're doing great with these other things that work better for you? So that's how I
Yeah.
feel about it. Um, all that to say, I'm so sorry. I don't know why I'm so coffee.
It's great.
Um, I think I don't remember why I was saying all of this, but
It's just
that
a
was
give
just
and
like
take.
something.
The entire thing is a give and take, and it just really comes down to what you want to prioritize in your life, in your business, how you
Yeah.
want to make money, what feels
Yeah.
good to you.
Oh, I know.
So
Thank
yeah,
you. She bought me some time. She bought my perimenopause brain fog brain some time because I was like, wait, what was I saying? I was connecting it to next week's topic, which is where we're talking about the minimum
minimum
viable
viable.
social media strategy. I'm gonna tell you what mine is next week. And I would love to hear, what you do
Yeah.
as well, because we both definitely have minimum viable strategies.
Oh,
Like
for sure.
neither of us are gone dark over there, but we also are not showing up a lot. So we're going to talk about what we do in order to make that happen. Like what's the workflow?
Yeah. And I will probably get back into some of it this fall, but like I've only been
You
working
can if you want, you're optional.
since like the 6th of August. So
Mhm.
I have like it's only been a few weeks that I've been like full-time working again
Yeah, yeah.
for my summer break. So yeah.
So like social
Anyways,
media is going to be like if, you for both of us, you and I like when we're busy, social media is like the first thing to go. Like we are not
for
prioritizing
sure.
it.
For
Yeah.
sure. Yep.
All right.
Okay.
I'll see you next week.
See you next week.
Okay, bye.
We're out.
Okay.
Awesome. You got it too.